We're at the New England Authors Expo, and right now with me is Ronny LeBlanc. Ronny LeBlanc, you have a special book called Monsterland.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that and how you got the idea of doing it.
Sure. So there's an area in Central Mass, specifically in Leominster, that locals had dubbed Monsterland way back in the 60s. Now this area has been since developed, but a lot of activity has occurred in Leominster State Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And the type of activity I'm talking about is UFOs, Bigfoot type creatures, and these strange orange orbs. So I was fascinated by this type of subject matter since a kid. And then didn't really, had an experience when I was young that I had questioned out in the woods. I wasn't sure what I was seeing, what I experienced. And then I heard other stories, and then a couple found some prints in Leominster State Forest. Okay. I went back with them, and they were 5 toed footprints, 6 of them coming out of the woods onto the trail back into the woods, and they were 6 feet apart between each step.
Okay.
So it seems something odd for a human being.
For sure.
So I interviewed him, talked to him, and he didn't sleep for a couple of days. They were in this area where it kind of split off, and they came back after 10 minutes, and these tracks were there. And they felt like they were being watched the entire time that they were in the woods by themselves.
Yeah.
So there's more of these stories that I seem to kind of come out of the woodwork that led to being on Finding Bigfoot, the TV series on Animal Planet. And then that kind of got the word out where here's somebody that believes in this stuff, maybe I can talk to him.
Yeah.
So people that had these stories held to their chest for 30 years came forward. Other people that knew and had different encounters started coming forward. So all these things started building up. I realized, wow, there's something more to this.
Yeah.
You know?
So where is this again?
So this is in Leominster, Massachusetts, which is in Central Mass.
Yeah.
And it's the birthplace of Johnny Appleseed. It's also the plastic pioneer city.
And this is the first book that you
This
wrote?
is the first one, and I'm working on my second now.
Okay, and it's all related to things that you've done in the past.
Yeah, so it's all factual, nonfiction. It's stories and encounters with police officers, military. Yeah. A lot of these cases were vetted and investigated, and a lot of them center around Massachusetts and New England.
Very good, very good. How easy was it to write the book and also to publish it?
It was tough. There's a lot of research. I spent a good 2 years researching for the book. So I pulled a lot of different sources. A lot of people are surprised how much research is put into something like this.
Yeah, that's true.
And I self-published it. I also learned, from being in the marketing side of the world, how to market myself. But also that was a big challenge. So using things like radio, and have my own podcast called Monsterland with Maddie Blake from the History Channel.
Okay.
So doing things like that to help promote, create some awareness.
How did you get involved with all this stuff?
It's interesting. I've always had this magnetic attraction to anything that was strange and paranormal.
Okay.
And it's just something that I just spent my time.
That's why we're going to get along very well.
Yes. That's why, and I just kept on reading and devouring all these different things, just fascinated by the subject, and it just really felt like I should put all this useless information to work, and decided to write a book. What really inspired me, though, was my sister was a teacher. She had cancer. She wanted to write a book, and she passed, didn't have the chance.
I see.
So it inspired me to do this, not only for her, but also leave something behind for my kids to read or know something about me.
So you said that you're going to be coming out with more books, all related, more or less?
So yeah, I have a second edition of Monsterland, basically the continuation of that.
Yeah.
I have a third book called The Shaman's Secret. And then I'm also I just got back from filming in Oregon, a new TV show for Travel Channel, which comes out in October. So I'll be doing that, which is around Bigfoot. And also doing In Search of Monsters, which is another show for Travel Channel. So I'm doing more TV and radio stuff, which is great.
Excellent. So we'll be seeing you all over the place. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Great seeing you.